When League of Legends was released back in 2009, no one could have guessed that it would become one of the most popular PC games of all time. In the last 10 or so years, the game has done a lot of growing. From a humble initial offering of only 17 champions, there are now nearly 150 to choose from to dominate Summoner's Rift. From Ice Queens and Mad Scientists to robots and space dragons, there's an incredible variety of champions. It should come as no surprise that some of them obsess over gemstones almost as much as I do. Today, we're gonna take a look at some of the biggest rockhounds of Runeterra. Up first, we have the Shield of Valoran, the Aspect of the Protector, and the Fabio of League of Legends, Taric. He's more than just a pretty face though. Taric is Runeterra's guardian of life, beauty, and love. He once stood between two clashing armies to protect a single flower. Now, that's what I call a support. Let's set aside his flowing locks and his Hollywood jawline for now. I want to talk about his gear. It makes sense that the Protector of Pretty would have some of the most beautiful armor in the game. Above his shoulders float enormous bluish-purple gemstones. His original pizza feet design was even more bedazzled. His shield had an enormous, faceted blue stone in the center, and his hammer sported a mean-looking cluster of rough gems. If it's durability he's after, my guess is that his outfit is studded with sapphire. With excellent toughness, no cleavage planes, and a Mohs hardness of 9, sapphire would be the way to go. However, these stones look to be a little bit lighter in color, so they could be the blue variety of beryl, more commonly known as aquamarine. It has poor cleavage, good toughness, and comes in at a 7.5 or an 8 on the Mohs scale, which isn't too bad for swinging. While this gemstone identification is mostly speculation, some of Taric's skins take out all the guesswork. A skin in League of Legends is a cosmetic upgrade that players can buy to change the way their favorite characters look or sound. One of Taric's more recently released skins, Taric Lumenshield, has a variety of chromas available, taking customization to the next level. You can choose from Pearl, Amethyst, Ruby, Rose Quartz, and even Peridot. Looks like those guys over at Riot Games really did their research. It's one thing to wield the beauty and might of nature's stones, but what about being made of them? Let's ask the Crystal Vanguard Skarner. Skarner is a Brackern, an ancient race of crystalline scorpion-type things. When a Brackern dies, its life crystal is buried, eventually claimed by another younger Brackern. The new host fuses with the life crystal and gains all the memories, dreams, and wisdom of all the crystal's previous bearers. That kinda reminds me of soul gems. For our video on the mysterious crystalline containers from Madoka Magica, click here. Though there's nothing that suggests a stone could actually hold the essence of one's memory and experience in it, gemstones have been connected to the spiritual and metaphysical for a long time. One good match for the described properties of the Brackern's life crystals is Andalusite. It comes from the Spanish region of Andalusia and is believed by some to help with meditation. It can also supposedly release past life memory and let insight into one's purpose in life. When Skarner finds his life crystal, his soul is filled with the collective consciousness of his past kin. Check. He also realizes that his life's purpose is to seek out his long-lost Brackern bros. Double check. I'd say Andalusite is a pretty solid candidate. It even looks like something that could be found in the swirling desert sands of Shurima. Now that we've dealt with the metaphysical, let's move on to something a little bit more solid. Rock solid.
He said it! He said it!
I'm talking, of course, about Malphite, the shard of the monolith. Now for a little backstory. The monolith was a colossal flying fortress of living rock created long ago by a powerful mage, designed to fight back against the surging dark forces of the void. This evil energy gouged huge scars into the monolith, and after a drawn-out battle, eventually consumed the whole thing. Well, almost all of it. One final shard was left and became the champion we know today as Malphite. Fun fact, in Ishtali, a fictional language of Runeterra, Malphite means bad stone, in reference to the corrupting effect of the void on the poor monolith's rocky surface. Ishtali may not be as fictional a language as it seems though. The prefix mal comes from Latin and means bad or evil, and the suffix ite is derived from the adjective form of lithos, the Greek word for stone or rock, Malphite. There aren't a whole lot of clues as to exactly what stone Malphite is made of, but we do have one thing to go off of. His passive ability is called Granite Shield, and it's a big part of what makes him so tanky. Granite is relatively hard, coming in at 6 or 7 on the Mohs scale, and it's often used in construction. It's an igneous rock comprised usually of quartz, feldspar, and mica, and is formed by the cooling of magma deep beneath the surface of the earth, up to 50 kilometers or 30 miles down. This makes sense for Malphite since he spent a long time dormant underground after the monolith was destroyed by the void. Turns out he was just forming a nice granite crust. Lastly, we couldn't do this video without bringing up one of League's most recent and most controversial champions to date, Aphelios. To say this champ is complicated would be an understatement. I'm not even going to talk about his long-range sniping, insane DPS, or massive AoE damage. I'm less interested in what his guns do and more interested in what they're made of. According to the lore, his guns are made of something called Moonstone. This should come as no surprise given his affiliations. He's a member of the Lunari, a moon-worshipping faction of Targon, a region ruled by the sun-worshipping Solari. I guess you could call him a lunatic. Get it? Anyways, what you may not know is that we have something called Moonstone here in this world as well. And while it may not give you the same powers as Aphelios, it's certainly special nonetheless. The term Moonstone refers to any orthoclase feldspar gem that exhibits a phenomenon called agilurescence. Agilurescence is a soft, billowy sheen or schiller that seems to roll over the surface of the stone and can vary in color from whitish to bluish. This optical phenomenon is similar to labradorescence, the interference effect we see in labradorite, a different type of feldspar. Now that I think about it, sunstone is also a type of feldspar. Maybe the sun and moon aren't so different after all. Time to go broker a peace treaty, I guess.
Why can't we all just get along?
Are there any champions you think we missed? What would you like to see us cover next? And tell me, do you flash on D or F? Let me know down in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you don't miss out on our future videos. Thanks for watching.